this time, please give me a warm Toastmasters welcome to our guest speaker, Joan Reed. Paul Revere. Paul Revere, Joan Reed.
Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere. How many of you know that poem, have heard of it? Raise your hands high. Okay, who can recite the rest of that line for me? Hey, we do have a volunteer. What's the rest of the line?
Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere. The 18th of April in 75, hardly a man is now alive who can remember that famous day and week.
I say honestly that I did not remember it. It's not part of this speech, but I'm glad. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, our honored guests and dignitaries. I imagine you might be thinking she's going to give you another lesson on Paul Revere. You're wrong about that one. But in that first line that I gave, listen, my children, and you will hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere. What is one important word in that line?
Listen.
Hey, great. Listen. That's the perfect point that I'm trying to make with this speech this evening. As Toastmasters, we've all joined to become better speakers, communicators. We have the Competent Communicator Manual as the very first educational achievement that you can earn. Competent communicator. Now, to me, communication means that there's a back and forth, a two-way conversation. Somebody's speaking and somebody's listening. So with Toastmasters, we really do focus on our speaking ability. What I'd like to do is give you some tips for listening. Maybe not for evaluation listening or a lecture listen, but if you are one-on-one with your family, your children, your spouse, these tips could be used in the workplace when you're confronting an angry employee or you're asking your boss a question. So what I'd like to do is go through, and I have something for every single letter. So with this L, that means a loving, non-judgmental attitude. Now I needed an L, so I had to use loving, when really I would like to say a caring attitude. So what does that really mean? A loving attitude is being open to anything. You are not going to be biased. You are not going to have any kind of preconceived notions. You are going to listen with an open mind. So that is our L for this evening. Then we have I. Invite full disclosure. How do you do that? You ask open-ended questions. How hard is it to speak and hold a conversation with anybody if you ask a question that's simply yes or no? Are you going to the speech contest tonight? Yes. Well, where does that leave you? What's the next thing to be talking about? However, if you said, I'm really excited about going to the contest tonight, are you excited? Yeah. Are you the speaker? That opens it up a little bit more for them to get involved with that conversation. As we go along in the conversation, it's really important to use the S. Summarize what you are hearing, which is very important if you are talking to a colleague, to your boss, to a disgruntled employee. It's very easy for you to get involved with your own emotions and not really listen to what that person is saying. You need to become devoid of your emotions as much as you can. And as you're listening, step in once in a while. What I'm hearing is, that way they are sure that you are listening, and they have the opportunity that they can correct you if you have the wrong perception of what the message is that they're giving you. So do remember to summarize in very many conversations. T, timely reflection of emotions. We talked a moment ago about emotions. You need to keep emotions in check. There is nothing more challenging to somebody who's trying to speak to you than to have you have a shocked or angry tone to your voice or a look on your face. So be aware of that. Have an even temper when you're speaking. Learn to think before you speak. That's an old adage that we've all learned. Don't put your foot in your mouth. That's another important concept that we have for listening. And finally, nonverbal cues. If you're listening, how do you show the speaker that you are truly listening? It might be sitting attentively with a smile on your face, and I do see some of that, so a few people are listening. And if you are sitting one-on-one with a person and you're in a chair, leaning forward and talking one-on-one allows you to show that you're interested. So those are my tips for listening this evening, and I hope that you gain something from that so that you can be great communicators, not just speakers, listeners, together communicators. Madam Toastmaster.